Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Star Mountain Outdoors and Bushcraft. I'm John, I'm your host, and today we are doing a ghost hunt camping trip at Holy Ghost Campground in the Santa Fe National Forest. Come join me. Alright, I'm a little winded right now. I just had to climb up a really steep slope in order to find firewood because there's no good firewood near the campground, so I'm gonna cut a little wood and get prepared for the night. Okay, I've brought the wood down from the hill, which was a difficult task as it was, for that's a pretty steep hillside there. And now I've got to get across this to my hammock camp over there. So I think what I'm going to do is book it up on this side and just toss over the rounds so that it's easier to cross the creek without having to carry a large log. Okay, here we go. I think you get the idea. I've got two more logs like this after this one. I decided to just carry one larger piece to use as a chopping block so I could split up some wood. Besides, I've got a new Husqvarna axe to try out. It's a 26-inch all-purpose axe, so it should be a fun one. Folks, I was testing out my new axe and I love it. It cuts big, hard, burly pieces. I mean, we're talking actual burls in some of this wood, and it was splitting it no problem. So, do I like my new larger axe? Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so much better than a camp hatchet, and it's safer too. The longer handle means it reaches out further and stays further away from your feet and toes and legs and things like that. So, maybe I can give you a little demonstration on how well it works. Not bad, eh? Whoops. Look at that. This is a 2 feet piece of wood. Splits it no problem. Love it. And at about 56 bucks, it's one of the more economical priced axes out there. Husqvarna. I highly recommend it. Okay, so I got here about, I don't know, about 10 o'clock and set up my tarp and hammock. I've got an underquilt today too. That's a new piece of gear for me, so Can't wait to try that out as well. But anyway, look at all the firewood I've got already. Nice. Most of it split. I left a couple rounds whole just to burn some larger wood later tonight. But yeah, I'm going to be having a good campfire today. Yeah, folks, I was pretty surprised to find it raining today when I got here. The forecast was for partly cloudy and dry. But, you know, the mountains, they're always a bit different. Let me give you an overview of my camp here. I've got my fire pit and my tent and stuff back there. There's nobody else here. The campground's still open, but it's November 4th. As of right now, I've got this place to myself. And there's my hammock set up, firewood right next to it, underneath the tree to keep dry. I'm happy. This is going to be a fun time tonight. And it would be cool to see the ghost. So anyway, let me give you some background on why I chose this for my kind of late Halloween special here. For one, if it's not a full moon tonight, it's pretty darn close to a full moon. So that's going to be a plus. Maybe I can take a night hike and there'll still be plenty of light and that sort of thing. Number two, of course, this is a haunted campground. The legend says that I think in the 1680s, the Spanish settlers here in New Mexico retreated during the Pueblo Revolt. And only one priest stayed. And when the Spanish came back to this area, they couldn't find him. They asked the Native American Pueblo people where he went. And they said he's dead, but he's haunting the stream canyon. And this is the stream that he's haunting. I haven't heard a lot of reports, but he's supposed to still be here. In fact, in the description of this campsite, it says bring an extra flashlight and some good ghost stories. So let's do a ghost hunt tonight. On this afternoon's menu, we have simple quesadillas, cheese and tortillas that I'm going to heat up on the grill. And now we're getting some more sprinkles, of course. I like to try to slice them thin as if I can. There we go. Oh yeah, that's plenty of cheese for this quesadilla. Let's get another one. A little more would be nice. Alright, that's going to be a cheesy one. Start out with a couple. Now that the fire is almost down to coals, I will lower the grate so I can toast the tortillas here as soon as the flames subside a bit. Alright, we've got them warming up on the fire. Easiest thing in the world to make. Let's flip it over. Oh, nice and toasty. Better. Oh, that looks good. And of course you just keep them on until the cheese is melted. Alright folks, it started to rain again a little bit, so I've retreated under my tarp for lunch, which I'm enjoying. But I also thought I'd share a review with you because I needed something to wash down my food with anyway. And this is Marble Double White Ale, brewed with spices. Punctiliously brewed in Albuquerque, whatever that means. 2014 Great American, Gold 2014 Great American Beer Festival. 2012 American Beer Festival, Bronze. Alcohol by volume 7%, IBU 8, kettle hops crystal. Other additions: orange peel, coriander, grains of paradise. Yeast is Belgian ale. Malts, 2-row, flaked oats, unmalted wheat. Enjoy with grilled fish, soft ripened cheeses, lazy Sundays, dancing on the patio. Sounds pretty good. Marble Brewing Company in Albuquerque. Let's give it a shot. Ah, the aroma of beer. Good. A little sweet for my taste. I'm not into the sweet beers as much. I like pale ales and a little bit stronger, hoppier beers, but not bad. You can taste the spices, the orange peel especially. Nice, not bad. Does it go good with the cheese as it says? I think it does. Awesome. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, lunchtime's over. I'm fed and somewhat hydrated. And it's kind of a nice warm day for November anyway. It's extremely warm. So I'm gonna go on a day hike. Look at all these rose hips. Wild edibles galore. I might pick some of these on my way back. It's just awesome. And behind it, a huge patch of wild raspberries. And this is right in the middle of the campground. Of course, it's November, a little late for the wild raspberries, but it's peak season for these guys, the rose hips. Here is Holy Ghost Creek from the last road bridge, looking downstream. Here is the upstream view from the same location. And I just noticed something in the water. Let me see if I can find them again. But I just saw some trout in the water, and there he is. He just disappeared in this little rapid here. There was more than one. Again, maybe I should have took my fishing pole. Pretty awesome. Actually, there's more than one. I cannot see a thing in this viewfinder. But they are in the water there. I will pan it back and forth. Hopefully you guys can see them. I see just a small one. I've seen bigger ones than that one. But they're in there if you look hard enough. And I cannot see it in the viewfinder, unfortunately. Okay, this little road that I'm following now leads to the group campground, which is at the end of the main campground. And from there on out, it turns into a trail that leads to the Pecos Wilderness. So that's where I'm heading at the moment. What a pretty stream. I love streams like this. Beautiful. Okay, here's an overview of the group camp. There's a big fire pit right down there. There's a trail with stream access right there. A big shelter, bathrooms, and right back in that little nook there's a barbecue, although you can't see it. And there's water right there, although the pump handle's off of it at the moment. Oh, and there's bear-proof waste disposal as well. Whoops, trying to zoom out. There we go. And there's access to the Holy Ghost Trail into the wilderness from here. Maybe this is where we should take our group camping trip for the family next year. It has been such a long time since I've been on this trail. The last time that I hiked on this trail was when I was watching Survivor Man, the original Survivor Man series on TV, and I came up here and built kind of a lean-to shelter, my first one, and that's kind of what got me into this. So it's been, wow, since maybe 2009, 2010, probably more like 2009 is what I'm guessing. So wow, about 8 years? It's been 8 years since I've been on this trail. And the last time I hiked this was to capture the aspen in all its fall glory. And I got some good photos out of it. This is a nice area. So usually when I take a day hike, I pick a topic of subject matter to concentrate on during the hike. And I didn't really prepare for that today. I'm thinking, since I'm going to look for the ghost, maybe I should share my beliefs about the afterlife. And it'd be interesting to hear your opinions too. You can always comment below the video. But I gotta tell you, I'm not really religious. I'm kind of a realist. I'm a skeptic. I believe in science. I believe what can be proven with empirical data. And yet, there are some things that have happened to me that I gotta tell you, I have no explanation for them. And they were close by this area. This area in the Pecos River Canyon and the Pecos, New Mexico area in general has had a long Pueblo Native American history. And not only that, but it was a trading post for other tribes. And I've lived here in Pecos a couple times, and the houses that I've stayed in or lived in Pecos seem to have some odd goings on. They were older adobe type houses, and you know, just things like, for me personally, it's been things like the power turning on and off by itself, especially to appliances, computers, TVs, that sort of thing. And that's been my experience with unexplained phenomena. I know it's not much. Ooh, the computer turned on by itself one time. But you know, when a computer's all the way off, it takes some physical energy to press the button. And I don't know how it turned on by itself, but I was right there in the room watching it happen in front of me. So I don't know, who's to say? Maybe there's a power surge and it tricked the computer into starting itself. I don't know. And then in the basement of my mother-in-law's house, where my wife's grandma used to live, her TV, we'd go down there and it'd be on, we'd turn it off, and then a couple days later we'd go down there again, it'd be on again. So, again, I don't know if it's a power surge or how to explain that, but things like that happened around Pecos. And this isn't far from there, and this is probably the most bona fide ghost in the area. So, it's supposed to be close to a full moon tonight. I'd like to see him. It'd be very interesting. Okay, let's sneak up on this nice pool with the undercut bank and cut bank and see if we can find some fish. I just saw a whole bunch in a little pool next to it, and we're getting further into the wilderness, so I think the quantity of fish up here is going to be much greater. Wow, that's a nice pool. The fish I've seen so far have come from right at the outlet of the stream, of the pool, and swam kind of into the middle of it. So, let's see what we can find. Oh, I see one in there. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but they're in there. Oh, there's a little one right there. He just swam in front of the log at the outlet there, but he's just a small one. You see him yet? Look at that water, it's beautiful. This is one of the deeper pools I've seen. I bet there's a big one in here somewhere. Let's pan all the way out. There we go. That'll give you guys the full picture if they start darting around. Man, they're hard to see in there. But they're there. I'll just keep it as wide angle as I can so that maybe you can see him. He's going more into the middle now. But I think I see another one back there too. I think the fish are getting used to me, and they're occasionally drifting over that white sandy part. You see that little one there? So I'm just going to keep it focused in that area and try to give you guys just a little glimpse of what's going on in this pool. There's a lot of fish in there, and there's a big one down at the very bottom. Maybe a couple of them. I'm hoping they come up, but you know, they're hard to see. Oh, here's one coming across the light area. See that? Oh, that one looks diseased or something. There's another one there too. Hope you guys saw those. Oh, there he is. Yep, you can see those. I even saw him in the monitor. So yeah, sometimes I just like to look around and see what's going on in pools like this. The longer you stare, the more you see. And there's definitely a trout population in this creek. Wow. I'm seeing a bunch in here now. Most are small, but I think there's a couple of big ones down at the bottom. Maybe I'll have to come back and fish this one of these days. I wonder if this is open to winter fishing. Look at the specimens of yarrow around here. It's changed its color, yet still has its flower. Pretty cool. And look at the colors of these wild raspberries and wild roses. This whole little field is covered in them. And look at the size of this Douglas fir. Pretty cool. Okay, this creek crossing has always been a bit difficult here, but it looks worse than it used to. There used to be more bigger logs here. Of course, that was 8 years ago. So let's see if I can find my way across without getting wet. Maybe I'll even let you view it. I'm just giving you a little view of what this forest in here looks like. This is just kind of a flat on the bottom of the canyon, but it's mixed with aspen and Douglas fir, white fir, spruce. It's a really pretty forest in here. See, there's some spruce near the water. Hello again, everybody. I've made some more quesadillas because it's time for my second lunch. And while I'm enjoying these, I might as well enjoy another beer. This one is Alien Amber Ale. It says, kick back and enjoy a session with this amber that we handcrafted from the finest specialty malts and hops on the planet. And it's made by Sierra Blanca Brewing Company in Moriarty, New Mexico. Cheers. It's good. I like this one. Bon appetit. Okay, for tonight's dinner, I'm gonna saute up some onion to put on the baked potato. Also have some butter. And then I'm gonna grill some asparagus, grill some sockeye salmon, steam some shrimp in foil. Of course, both are gonna be soaked in lemon. I've got a little parsley for garnish. The apple is for dessert with butter, sugar, and cinnamon. And I've got a little gourmet salt for the potato, and some extra seasonings if I need them for anything. And maybe a little tea with fresh mint from the garden. Okay, the potato is literally in the coals now. It'll take about an hour. And then I've got a pot of water on to boil for tea and for just water for later. Okay, the potato there is halfway cooked. You can see the tin foil's turning black on the outside there. And look at these nice coals, nice hot coals. And everything else is cooking. We've got the shrimp with lemon and butter and garlic powder cooking in tin foil to steam. It's kind of a scampi. We've got the asparagus being grilled, the salmon's being grilled, and I'm going to saute the onions to put on the potato. So it should be a pretty good little meal. Oh, sockeye salmon, my favorite. Okay, a little update on how everything's progressing. Salmon's looking really good. When those juices come up in the middle, you know it's getting cooked. The asparagus, look at that. Oh, excellent. The onions. And the baked potato down there. About 10 more minutes probably. Okay folks, here's the finished product. I ended up plating it on the frying pan because my other pan was just not quite big enough. So now it's time to try it. Okay, it's time to eat this spectacular meal. Let's grab a piece of salmon here. Not bad. A lot of flavor. Alright. Take the shell off this one. It squirted me. Tried to squirt the camera. Excellent. Asparagus. Oh, that's the best thing yet. Delicious. Now the potato, last course. Mush it up a little bit first, mix up the onions in there. Delicious. That salmon's good. Fresh parsley from the garden. What more could you ask for? Delicious. Okay. I'll try not to make you too hungry by eating in front of you, so I'll turn the camera off now. Okay, now the apples are on for dessert. When the butter melts, they're done. Okay. Apples with butter and cinnamon cooked over the campfire. Can't wait to try them. Okay, I'm trying out a new light, and it's almost too much light. But anyway, now you can see better the apples with butter and cinnamon. And man, they're good. It's like it's almost like an apple pie without the crust. Delicious. I am enjoying an excellent fire. Anyway, I had fallen asleep in my chair next to the campfire with the wool blanket wrapped around me. And next thing I know, drops are hitting my face. It's starting to rain. I think I'm going to retire to the hammock. Alright folks, it's about 8:35 and I was just waiting for the moon to come out, but it was kind of cloudy, and then it started raining, so I think my night hike plans are going to get canceled. Instead, I am going to bed to test out the new underquilt for the hammock. It's not really even that cold tonight anyway, but still it's a good time to test it. Let's see, it's about 40 degrees. So it's a little cold, but not very cold. Not quite cold enough to snow. We'll see if I wake up to some snow in the morning. But until then, I'd like to wish everybody watching good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's now 6:30 a.m. I got up at 6, got a nice fire going, and I've got a pot of water on for coffee. So nothing weird happened last night. Just a typical night camping. Sorry, no ghosts, but it was a fun thing to do. It's sunrise time. And this might be as much of a sunrise as we're gonna get with how late it's happening and how many clouds are in the area. But I'm glad we got something. I missed sunset time last night because I was eating dinner. And I was not about to stop eating my salmon for the sunset. Sorry guys. This has been a solo overnight camp out at a haunted campground. Holy Ghost Campground. In conclusion, I didn't see anything haunted, but I had a good time. Enjoyed a fantastic meal, and it's been a good trip. This is John signing off. Have a good one.